So now I'm going to do something when I'm making my letters off to the side in this next problem. I'm going to go ahead and include the conversion off to the side. And then I'm just going to stick the conversion in the problem. So this does have a few things that are a little out of order. You'll also notice it doesn't have as many numbers. So this says the volume is held constant, and there's two ways to do it. So if it's constant, what that means is the volume at the beginning, and we could pick a number. Let's say that it's 1 liter. It's held constant, so it means that the volume at the end is also a liter. Look at how this equation works. If this is 1 liter and that's 1 liter, they cancel each other out. So any time that something is held constant, that variable is basically thrown out. Volume 1 will end up being divided by volume 2. They both are the same thing, so they cancel. So you're going to see that happening in this problem right here. So go ahead and try to work it on your own. I'm going to make the list off to the side just to make sure you've got the right numbers going in. And then you're going to rearrange the equation and make sure that you've got everything in there correctly. And then you can watch the video again and make sure that it's all good. So P1, V1, T1. Again, I'm looking for a pressure unit. Here is a pressure unit. 17.0 torr. Looking for a volume. Remember, this says constant. And then T1, okay, it's at 25. So this is like the initial. See how this is increases to? That's a later on number. So this is 25. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in the 273.15 just to remind myself that that was not in the right unit. Then I'm going to switch to P1, V1, and T1. And P1 looks like that's what I'm going to try to find. What pressure? And it says in torr and ATMs. So look, this is in torr here. So remember, I don't have to change units for this equation. It's going to come out in torr. Let's see my volume. I'm just writing that word constant again. And then my temperature, it says it's 40. And again, I'm going to write in the 273.15 Kelvin. So now you go ahead, write out the equation, write this form. You're going to rearrange it so that you're solving for P1. And then plug the numbers in, and let's see if you get this number here. Then remember, to get from torr to ATM, whatever number in torr you have, there are 760 torrs in 1 ATM. So you'll have a number here, and that's how you get it to ATMs. So make sure you get it rearranged correctly. P1 V1 over T1 equals P2 V2 over T2. And hopefully you caught that I meant that to be a P2 over here, and that's what you're solving for is P2. I like the cross multiply method where I just bump them up and down. I just cross them over. We'll show the other way too, though. So you could have also said, okay, I prefer to multiply both sides by T2. That cancels. And then once you get rid of those ones to say, okay, I divide both sides by V2 so that those two cancels. That works also. Regardless, here we go. We're solving and filling in things. Now, here's our big key note here. This is a constant, this is a constant. So we could just pick a number, 5. So 5 over 5 cancels. We could pick a different number, 10 over 10 cancels. When something's held constant, it means that that variable doesn't matter. So now we can say, oh, I have P1, and then I have over T1, and then I have T2. And that's equal to P2. And then I can fill those in, and I'm going to kind of bring it over here. So P1 is 17.0 torr. And then T1, again, I'm just putting it in like this. I'm going to let my calculator do all the work. And then this one is going to be 40 plus 273.15. To bring my calculator over, 17.0 times parentheses 40 plus 273.15 divided by parentheses 25 plus 273.15. And now we've got 17.855, and we're going to be, let's see, this, when you put these two numbers together, we're going to have like 5 sig figs because of the 0.15. So here's 1, 2, 3 sig figs, and we're going to round it up, and that is my tour. Oops, looks like I forgot to round that one up. Then over here, we have 17.9, and then we're going to just divide that number here by 760. And that round, I'm going to still need, let's see, this has 2 sig figs, so it's going to give me 2. So 0.023 ATMs.